I'ma take what's mine. Yeah, it's a matter of time. Woo, woo. Haters gon' laugh now. Better
How you doing today?
I'm alright. How you feel?
Alright. So I always start all my podcasts off by saying, how do you start off a podcast?
So I've never had a podcast in my life, so I don't know exactly. But I figure you have your little theme song that you do, and then everybody introduce themselves. Working for yourself, yeah, ain't nothing feel greater. Yeah. Take your time, be your mind, be that superstar player. Yeah. It all starts with the person you seeing in the.
All right, so go ahead and introduce yourself then.
My name's Nada.
That's it?
I mean, cause by now everybody would know they know my podcast, so they would know who I was.
So what is your first time on a podcast?
Okay, first time on the podcast. Then my name's Sonata. You know, I'm a singer-songwriter from South Carolina to be exact.
What part of South Carolina you from?
Blenheim.
Blenheim. That's at?
It ain't long from Florence.
Where's Florence at?
So Fayetteville. We ain't far from Fayetteville.
Okay.
Right
so
over the North Carolina border.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I currently live in New York. I've been there for about 10 years now.
How you go from South Carolina to New York?
Funny story. I said I would never ever live in New York, but I visited with one of my line sisters and really good friends, and her sister lived there when I was in grad school, and I fell in love with it. So after I finished grad school, I was like, I want to go to New York and do like music and stuff.
So how's that going for you? I mean, how long you been living in New York?
10 years.
10 years. How you feel like you made a good decision with that?
I like what I learned. Like I like what New York has built up in me in terms of I feel like there's a lot to do. It's I speak up more for myself. I feel like
every time I go to New York, I get bullied.
Yeah.
I be walking down the street and they don't say excuse me.
Yeah,
they don't do nothing. They rude to me, man. I'm from down south. I mean, I can't go for that. But I mean, I guess it do teach you from being down south that stand up and say who you are and be proud about it.
Yeah, and also I feel like when you find community in New York, you'll find that there is kindness. Like there is oh, what's up? Like you'll find bonds and stuff, and there's people that's cool, and that everybody ain't rude.
So how about this? Who was your inspiration?
Whitney Houston all day.
Whitney Houston
started it off for me. My mom used to play a whole bunch of Whitney, Brandy, Tony, Mariah, those type of people, Stevie. And Brandy and Whitney were the two standouts, and then Lauren and Tony.
I know everybody talking about it's either Brandy or Monica. Like you got to put them together. So I guess you got Brandy over Monica? Yeah,
Brandy over Monica. I mean, I love Monica, don't get me wrong. Monica got her classics, but it's Brandy. They don't call her the vocal Bible for nothing. Like, when I was young, Monica I would listen to, and it would be like, okay, that sound good, do a little run. But Brandy, you got to rewind and try to copy the run that she just did.
All right, so we talk about runs. Every time I hear somebody mention runs, I think about, Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah.
Usher.
Mm-hmm.
I guess everybody was doing that. What was the Usher challenge? What was that? Maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, I don't want to try that. It sounds good. But, so, I mean, what you think about? I mean, is it? Do you have to train yourself to sing, or do you think it's natural? Or I mean, I always get in that argument with her about it. I feel like you could be trained to sing. Maybe not perfect, but she feel like it's all completely natural. So how you feel? Did you have to work on your craft, or is it something that just I got it?
I think there definitely has to be a certain level of raw talent that you come with, and then yes, you can train that talent. But everybody just ain't gonna be able to sing just because you put them in classes or whatever case may be. You gotta have something to start with to say, okay, I can train this in order to make it happen. I personally.
My friend told me it come from your diaphragm. So he said you learn how to sing with your diaphragm that you'll be all right. So I always be in the mirror and the bathroom practicing with my diagram. So it don't work yet, no.
Okay, I
don't want to practice it. I don't want to try it. I don't want to do none of that. But that's what he told me a long time ago.
Okay, but you're not ready to challenge Usher just yet.
No, I ain't ready to challenge nobody. Okay. And not even Ice JJ Fish.
Yeah, that's what's going on this time.
I mean, Brandy, runs. How you feel about Jasmine Sullivan? That's
Jasmine
like one of my
Sullivan
favorites.
I love Jasmine. Jasmine Sullivan is A1 day. If I could do a record with her or write something for her, that's the dream.
She come out with an album like every 5 years. It's like it takes forever to develop an album. The last one was pretty good though.
Yeah, she played. But yeah, Jasmine, crazy vocals. One of my absolute favorite is Jasmine.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah.
I like Jasmine Sullivan. I think she was going through something at a period of time with like weight loss or something like that. That's why it was such a separation between these two albums, because she had a friend that was like trying to expose her, and then she went through like a little mental battle or whatever with her weight. So she came back, you know, she had lost a decent amount of weight from her second album. Because what was her first album name? It was Jasmine.
It was Jasmine.
And then the second album was like Let Something. I don't know what it was, but the third one, which is the one she came out like 2 years ago, she had lost a whole lot of weight. So that was like a mental thing she was battling.
Yeah.
So I think that's why she takes so long coming out with albums, because she's going through like mental problems. Do you ever feel like you, like being like around the music industry or anything, do you feel like your mental or anything could ever be like affected?
I think absolutely people mental be affected. I think you got to really know who you are when you go into an environment like that, just because it is so many, it's temptations, you get money, you know what I mean? Like when you're not used to certain things or people, you don't know if people are about you or if they just about your influence and your money and getting close to you to make something for themselves, or you don't know what's genuine and what's not sometimes. And then like in general, like having such a magnitude, like being able to have such a big impact like artists do, sometimes that can go to their head. So I think it definitely can impact you. And like you said, even with Jasmine, for example, like her having to go through some things with her weight loss, I'm pretty sure a lot of it wasn't just her. It was probably people putting in her head, like, you got to lose weight, you got to look a certain type of way if you're going to be on this platform. So I think it can definitely affect you, especially as a female. I feel like we tend to get more pressure to look a certain way than men. Men can look however they want to, as long as they got something that sound good or people can bop to, is cool. But for women, I feel like we're sexualized. We have to look a certain way, dress a certain way, hair got to be, you got to move. Like it's a little
that's
harder.
one reason why. I mean, I can't say I listen to Lizzo music like that, but I feel like she came out and she tried to like show that women can be what you look like. They don't have to change for nobody.
Yeah.
And that's life. I mean, a lot of celebrities, they always chasing like beauty, and sometimes they never find it.
Yeah, that's why I think you just got to really know who you are, be secure in that, and just like not let any type of outside noise bother you. This one lady said one time, like, you could lay down and let people walk all over you and they still got something to say. Just knowing that people gonna always have something to say, no matter what, whatever you, if it's art, if it's singing, if it's gymnastics, if it's sports, if it's how you look, if it's a decision you made, who you chose to marry, whatever, people gonna always have something to say.
Yeah, that's
Let Jameer freestyle real quick.
I might give a little, that's it.
See what that diaphragm work been doing.
Yeah, he told me that a long time ago.
So do you think it's true now? You think now?
I mean, I feel like
that you can train.
He a pretty good singer. He gave me like a list of stuff that I could do. It was just like, we used to work together at Walmart. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
And he just gave me a list of stuff that you could do just to we'll focus on your breathing. I know your breathing. He's always said the breathing is very important, and just. He said you don't sing from your throat, you sing from your chest or something like that. He said a lot of people try to sing from their throat. Sing from the throat. And you said all of your singing is supposed to come from your chest. Yeah. So that was what he told me. I mean, I practice every now and then, like when I'm bored or something like that. But I don't.
But do you believe at this moment?
Not for me. Not for me. Okay. But I mean, I believe. I'm doing all that off what he told me years and years ago, and I could, you could practice it.
Yeah. But if you don't have a natural, like, okay, you got a little something there, do you feel like you could train that out? Like if I sound like Ice JJ Fish and I do what you...
Oh, girl, you drove me out my mind.
You think that I could... But
I feel like it depends on what you're singing, like how you singing, like what notes. Like if you
I ain't talking about no studio. I'm talking about straight, flat foot in front of you singing.
Nah. Okay. I don't think so.
Okay.
You know what? So I always like that Tiny Desk. I wish I had like a band in here. I'm setting it up to get a band in here one day. But
cool.
I like Tiny Desk. So we'll talk a little about your life and stuff, and then we'll go into a song.
Okay.
So just let you are you ready, or you want to take a break? I mean, I don't know. Do you got to warm up when you sing, or do you just go straight into it? I don't know.
You should warm up. I don't always warm up,
so
but
have
I'm
you warmed
good.
up today? Like,
Yeah, I'm good.
Like basketball, you got to warm up your hamstrings and all that. So I want you to.
Yeah, same thing with singing. I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Now, okay, I want to tell you this one story. Like I was listening to like this. It was Lauryn Hill. It wasn't her album. It was like her live album. It had like
The Unplugged.
Unplugged. Yeah, MTV Unplugged. And I know one of her songs, she was talking about how she sound raspy. In one of her songs, and she was like she drank her tea and all that, and she said she not gonna walk. She said a lot of singers walk around and not talking and stuff like that for a show. She said, she said that she not gonna do all that. So she said that some songs she sing is gonna be raspy.
Raspy. I got
raspy,
you.
raspy.
Raspy.
Okay. Yeah, my bad.
Raspy.
Yeah. Raspy.
You remember when we used to do what was that, Livewire, to download all that stuff?
Yeah.
That stuff used to mess your computer up bad. Gotcha. Another thing too that is a note, like for singers, we really shouldn't drink cold water. It like restricts our vocal cords. So a little trick that I do.
Oh yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah. She said she had warm tea or something like that.
Yeah, I hold it in my mouth until it get warm and then swallow it. If I have cold water and I don't got like room temperature water.
So what does it do?
It restricts them, like they get tight instead of loosening up. Warmth makes them loosen up, so you can actually do all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so when you sing, I see most people like say you got to stand up to sing or sit down to sing. There's like a preference, or is it like something you should do or shouldn't do? I see some people record sitting down on a stool. Some people standing up when they record. I mean, is it like a preference?
I think it's just all about your control, what your preference is as a singer, and your style.
Okay.
And if you can, some singers just can't belt out like they want to when they sit down. Others are just amazing, like Jasmine and Ken. So.
Did Jasmine Sullivan ever go on tour? I just thought about that.
She did. She had a tour. I saw her in concert, actually. She was with Anthony Hamilton, and she had another show where she did a festival at Governor's Island in Queens that I went to as well.
Okay.
She's very funny, too.
Like, she is?
Yeah, she cracked little jokes.
Now I just want you to tell me what your inspiration and when you were, like, when you wrote this song, just tell me, like, what frame of mind you were in when you wrote the song, or what was your inspiration for this particular song? All right? So it's like an Afro beat type thing?
Yeah, for sure. So it's an Afro beat. I was in the, space of like just wanting to write Afro beats at the time, because it's just like big in New York at the time that I wrote it. And just wanted something more upbeat. I am with the guy who is Jamaican, so it was inspired. Like some of the language I use is like patois, like the way they would express some things or whatever. So I just had him in mind, and it felt like love and like just being out, whatever. So that's what inspired.
So what year would you say you first wrote this song?
I can actually tell you. I want to say it was like 2018. I bet the sun can't wait for you to face the day, so it can bathe your melanin. I bet the air gets chills every time it feels. It can't bite to breathe it in, cause there's this magic to you I just can't explain. You're a rhythm running through me I can't contain. Oh, make me say make me say make me say make me say always wanna touch roll with you. Your touch is always long overdue. Hope we always carry through, cause I love this view. Think I love you too. Mean I slush with ya, I wanna push with ya to the future forever. Make me say make me say make me say make me say carry me home, my love. We can fill up with wanderlust. become a love story unsung, but one that never comes undone.
I'll tell you that's right here.
Make me say, yeah. Make me say, yeah. Make me say, yeah. Make me say,
Yeah, welcome to my tiny desk. 6804 tiny desk. I let it kind of like slow down a little bit, but no, I appreciate that. So that made me feel kind of good right there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
We're just getting started right now.
Just a little bit.
All right. So, I mean, So you know, Mary J is like one of the like everybody's top. I don't know if everybody feel like she's the best singer, but like she a lot of times sings from like pain or whatever. And you said that song was like based off of love, right? So, I mean, do you feel like you like a lot of rappers and stuff? They get their best music from like pain.
Yeah.
So do you think it's easier to sing from a feeling of pain or a feeling of love? Like, cause I feel like pain is just easier. Like you get more emotions from pain because you feel like the highs of love and then the bottoms of love, and that's what like they always say Mary J. Blige's best albums is coming from the pain of her.
Yeah, I think people do make the best records when I don't know why that is, but I think because it's just so raw. Even Whitney Houston, I don't know if you saw the movie, but like how when they first brought her the song, why does it hurt so bad? That song, why do I feel so sad?
I don't really know much about Whitney. I was listening to too much gospel music back then. I couldn't listen to none of that
I got
stuff.
you. Whitney did her little, her share of gospel too, but they brought that song to her, and it's called Why Does It Hurt So Bad? But when she first got it, she was like, I don't want to sing this. This is da-da-da-da-da, whatever. Years later, after her and Bobby broke up and everything went left, she was like, I got to sing that song. And it was just like,
yeah. I feel like, the pain is like what, is like the strongest emotions because like you felt the emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like, emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
You know that song, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were sing along with me. You're supposed to like join in. Okay. Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So I got another song for you. We gonna so right here. How were you feeling when you wrote this song?
So this was actually a song that like it came on and it just felt like I don't know. Same thing. It's another like love song, but more like slowed down. And like just this person being home for you. So it just felt like I don't know, like I was melting into it. So it was nothing in particular, but the words just kind of came.
Okay.
I didn't have.
You got Anita.
You chase all my fears away. Wanna be up on you all day. Sometimes it's hard to concentrate. When you smile at me, you're my personal starry sky. One touch from you, I liquefy. It's kinda hard to describe just how I really feel, but I've never known anything so damn good. And I admit at times I hesitate, 'cause I'm so vulnerable. But you've become home, so you'll never let go. I'm never gonna fall again. This is it. That's it. Yeah.
I was about to stop you anyway. All
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
Okay. So, all right. So, when you moved to New York, right?
Yeah.
All right. So did you like instantly start like? What did you do? Like, did you start passing out your CDs or your passing out CDs, or what did you start going to? I mean, I know like in movies they always going to record labels and trying to find Diddy. Well, you know, finding whoever is big at the time.
No
And
Diddy no
yeah,
more.
Yeah, not Diddy no more. But back in the day, yeah, everybody would hate, but everybody used to try to find Diddy
Yeah,
back in
for
the
sure,
day.
for sure.
But I mean, like, what did you? So you moved there. You felt like this was the place for you to be.
Yeah.
And then what?
I started going to like a lot of open mics and performing, so building my community. So I would go to like when I first moved there, it was like every night of the week I had something. So after work, it's like, all right, I'm going to New Eurekan. New Eurekan is very popular up there. They do like poetry slams and open mics or whatever, but they have certain nights that they do it. So I would go do covers, perform, link up. Eventually my boyfriend, he ended up starting his own open mic in Brooklyn called Art of Coakley.
Do he still have that now? Or?
He doesn't, but he wants to start it up again.
Oh yeah, shout out to him. Come on, man, start it back up. You come on a podcast too.
Yeah. So he's also a performer too. Like he raps and he writes. Yeah,
you gotta shout him out, man.
Gully,
you wrote 2 songs about the man. Shout him out.
Gully got him.
Okay.
Is his name. You can find him on the gram or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, he do his thing too as a MC and a writer as well. So he started his joint and he would feature me as an artist there. Eventually I started getting connected to a pianist named Ruben Sterling. He's also on Instagram, Ruben_Sterling. And he played the keys for me because he played at a church that my boyfriend's brother went to, and he was like, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he put me in touch with Ruben, and Ruben, we started going to different places. So Sumner Cafe in Brooklyn, Soko in Brooklyn, and Old Tobago, we would start performing there. And then I went to like karaoke's as well. And then there was this place called Eve's. So I had like a steady night where I would go and perform at Soko on Thursday nights to, for the people while they was eating. And then I did Sumner Cafe for their brunches on Saturday.
So you was working. So what were you working at? So were you working? What particular job were you doing at the time?
Oh, at that time I was working in child welfare. I was a caseworker. So I was in preventive services. So like if ACS gets involved, like DSS or whatever they call it, depending on where it is now in Virginia. In New York it's ACS, so Administration of Children's Services. I was on what they call the preventive side. So I would go to the homes to help the parents with any mental health or substance abuse that they had, so they could actually keep their kids and they wouldn't be taken away.
Okay, that's cool. That's what I like to do. That's why I'm really doing all this podcast thing, is to like help people. Music always makes people feel better or puts people in a nice vibe, but just conversating with different people about their particular loves and stuff. So that's cool that you doing that or whatever.
Yeah.
Does that ever like have an influence on your music, or does that like your job, like when you doing certain things, does it like persuade your music in a certain way? Like, do you ever want to write a song about kids, or does it like persuade you, or does it you have to kind of separate your work life from your music life?
No, 100% it does. I feel like music, in terms of like how I write, yes, like I write about mental health. I've written a song about like suicide, like prevention. There's also this producer that I work with named Switchblade. You can find him on the gram as well, Switchblade. He recently, Cage the Elephant is this band that is huge. They won a Grammy in 2020. They just came out with a new album, and they'll actually be in Madison Square Garden in September performing. Switchblade co-wrote 2 songs on their new album or whatever, which is very huge. But we did a song together called Love Will Follow Wherever You Go, and it's to help people thinking about suicide to just remember that love is always around them, and to second guess it. And then I've also written some songs about just mental health in general, or just like making situations more positive, like how it just feels like life has you down. I got a song called Win that's also like Afrobeatish, but just like how it feels sometimes, like dang, like life is really working against me. So I definitely allow my work to influence that, and then influence it in the sense that when God so sees fit, if that dream can be realized, I want to pour into the community, especially the youth, financially, when I obtain wealth through the music as well.
Okay, so which one do you prefer, like writing or performing the music?
Writing hands down. That's my first love. that's what I love to do it. I'm not a big person that likes to be in front of people. I'm very shy, and I won't even say I'm shy. I just don't like spotlight. It's not necessary for me.
Oh yeah, that's how I feel about this podcast thing. But like I said, I do everything like to promote my business and
Mm-hmm.
to promote like what you promote, like for people to live a better life and to
Yeah.
be in a better space, because sometimes life can get hard. So that's all this is all about. Like
Yeah.
music, like I said, music is really like a big inspiration for a lot of people. I got music symbols tattooed on me, so a lot of
Okay.
people got music symbols tattooed all on them and can't sing a lick.
Mhm.
But that's just the
Yeah, how
music.
it make you
Music
feel.
just makes you feel good. You know,
Yeah.
even though you can't sing, it makes you feel like you can sing. It just puts you in a nice spot.
Yeah, but to piggyback off of what you were saying though about like not being in the spotlight, what I've learned is that nothing ever grows in a comfort zone. And a lot of times God calls you to do things that will stretch you because you got to grow, right?
Yeah.
So despite the fact that I don't really like attention, I do. I am embracing it more because He gave me this gift, and I don't want to sit down on it and not, do something with it. So yes, I love writing because there's a background to it, but also just because I'm just passionate about putting things together and whatever. But I'm growing more in terms of like getting back to performing and doing all those things. I'm trying to get my EP together, my website, and all of that to start pushing myself back out again.
That balance works. I mean, in the music industry, because a lot of the time the music industry, they say, is kind of like more of the secular side. They so that's just a question I always think about. Like, just at what point do you have to say like I gotta, like, I can't do that or I can't do this?
Yeah. I just truly believe in the heart of everything that you do. Like, what is your intent? Like, what is your where's your heart at with it? I used to struggle with this when I was younger because I was like heavily in the church growing up. So I would be like, oh, I'm not supposed to do secular music. I'm supposed to do gospel music. But love. I think God celebrates love. I think He would be okay with me trying to tell somebody in a secular song like it's okay. Like, days are gonna get better. And sometimes you got to meet people where they're at. So I don't want to preach to somebody who's not there, right? But still be able to help them. And I feel like sometimes with the church community, we get so wrapped up in, oh, you don't believe in God, and it's like, okay, so you're cast out. But it's like, how do I help people? And when you truly think about like Jesus, right? He went amongst the people that weren't saved.
Yeah, that's what I always try. That's like I said. That's what I always try to figure out, because like if anything could like get to people is music. Like I said, I that's what this whole thing has been about, is just like how music can like just do something to you. Like, you go to church, I don't know if you've been to like a holy roller church where they like be falling out and stuff. And like it's like sometimes you get in there, and I'm not judging them or nothing like that, but sometimes when that music start hitting you and that beat start hitting you, you want to fall out yourself. I mean, it just something hits you. I mean, that's just like I said, that's how music makes you feel. So I think I got a beat. We'll just finish it out with like a quick little freestyle.
Baby, baby, I know that it's been a while, and I miss your smile. But I've had some things to do, gotta work on me for you.
For you.
You. But I'll be back. I'll be back soon. You can count on me. Baby, 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 I'll be there. I'm just trying to do something so that we can be happy, happy. Oh, know you've been trying to hit me up. I know that things have been rough, but I promise that I still love you. I'm trying to be stronger, trying to be better, trying to paint the perfect picture. Ain't no other mister, it is just you. I'll be back soon. Just wait on me. Wait. That's it, y'all.
thing. But now, do you got anything you want to say though?
Yeah, I would say follow your dreams. Like a lot of times you'll be 3 feet from goal. Just don't give up. Stay the course. Work hard, and pray about it, and you'll be good. And also you can follow me on Instagram. My name is I Am Seneda. That's IAMCENEDA. And I also have a TikTok that I'm trying to get back into. Also, I Am Seneda as well. And just be looking out for music soon. I'm working on a website now.